On May 13th, 2025, I did my first ever stream where I was role-playing as Chris Chan in Minecraft. And it was so much fun. I had so much fun streaming this, and I'm gonna get back to streaming soon, and this was just an absolute blast. But after that first stream, I made the decision to open a Discord server for my community. And I was not prepared for all the hell that would break loose from this Discord server. What happened in that server was ceaseless drama, some of the most abominable images and videos I have ever witnessed in my life, some of the worst community management by yours truly that has ever been seen. So welcome to the Tross channel, and today I am going to be telling the story of the Trog Army Discord server. And like I said earlier, I opened the Discord server on a stream at the end of my first ever Chris Chan stream, in fact, and that first night was absolutely euphoric. It was one of the best moments of my life, but you can already see in some of these clips that I'm going to show you my bad management style coming through. Here are some of my favorite moments from night one. I have to switch to my troll account. Okay guys, bear with me. I have a bunch of Discords on here. I love the, this is funny. Oh, no, I wanted to click yes. There we go. I'm voting on that. 64. Oh my god. Oh, these polls are some of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. I love you guys. Which one should receive? Wendy's! Wendy's for life? Say, Gex. I love that George Droid has joined. How can sperm swim and you can't? That was you. Oh no. This is me right now. This is literally me. Sorry to cut you off. Oh my god, I just saw who was typing. Oh no. Oh, this is... Just the names. My Austrian painter is typing! It was amazing, but after that initial high wore off, the problems started to pop up. And one of the biggest problems was how I was picking my moderators. And no, the irony is not lost on me. I know it is extremely ironic that I, who kind of blew up because of making fun of Discord moderators, had a problem with Discord moderators. It is extremely ironic. But anyway, here's a couple clips from my streams demonstrating my moderator strategy, and the strategy was pretty much to just get drunk and pick random people that I happen to like have a good gut feeling about. And I know this is with YouTube mods, but my philosophy was pretty much the same for picking Discord mods too. 5'8" and broke. 5'8" and broke, good enough for me, you're moderator. 5'9" and middle class, I don't know. I don't know. I'm racist and gay. You know what? I like those credentials. I identify with them. And this was so fun in the moment to just give random people mod and like create an inner circle on Discord out of nothing. But it came back to bite me pretty quickly. It's one of the first moderators that I chose, we'll call him Kevin, ended up being just the classic case of a Discord mod. And I actually liked him on an interpersonal level. One of the problems with the Discord server is that everyone was nice when they were talking to me. So I ended up liking a lot of people that ended up just being terrible to everyone else. And that was a recurring theme. That just kept happening the entire time. Anyway, back to Kevin. So he had his pros and cons. One of his pros was that he knew Discord really well, and he set up a lot of stuff for me on the original Trog Army Discord server. But the problem was that he would go on power trips and use a sort of North Korean gift politics with people. And one problem with him is he was very touchy on the issue of Israel-Palestine, and In some of the cases, I sided with him, because for one instance, we had an IDF guy, and he would, like, post a picture of, like, his machine gun or whatever that they were using in the IDF, and he's like, oh, we're going to kill some subhumans today. And Kevin got rid of that. That was correct. I sided with Kevin on that one. And there were other cases where he was using, like, for example, his position as op on the Minecraft server to, like, recruit people as friends and do a sort of, like, faction building stuff. Just generally, like, I don't know, schoolgirl type of behavior, or I guess Discord mod type of behavior that I'm not privy to until now. And there were other issues with Kevin. He would, like, get jealous of people if they had, like, their own special role. Because my sister Soggy would end up flirting with guys on Discord. It's like a thing she does, and she would give them special roles, and then Kevin got butthurt because he didn't have his own special role, so he specifically requested one from me. And when I did that for him, other people got butthurt because they didn't have a special role. It's a whole Discord. So after a lot of power tripping over Israel and gift politics, a bunch of people got together and decided that we should get rid of him. And I did end up getting rid of him. And in hindsight, I might have been better off keeping Kevin. I kind of needed the Discord mod person to be around. But in any case, I made the decision to get rid of Kevin. And I was thinking that that would, like, calm the drama, but it, like, barely did anything. The next people to be a big problem for me on the Discord and cause numerous dramas were a married couple. Let's call them Jack and Jill. Now, I actually liked both of these people. Jack had some extremely funny moments and some good ideas for me, and Jill was just a very pleasant woman to talk to in general. The problem was I had made them both administrators on the Discord server, and I don't think either of them was cut out to be administrator. Jill was not really a troglodyte viewer, she was just there because of Jack, and Jack, I think, was taking things like a little bit too seriously, a little bit too personally. I actually have a vague suspicion that Jack was trolling me the entire time, all the way to the very end, but that's neither here nor there. But what Jack and Jill would do that was so problematic is they would just accumulate people that hated them, and I would not be, like, in on why or, like, what happened. Jack had, like, an old, like, 4chan style of humor, and he would make, like, these really, like, pointed jokes at people, and even me too, but I can take it. Like, one of my, if I have no other strong suit, my strong suit is taking it. But there would occasionally be something that he would say to, like, a woman on the server that would really get her to, like, strongly dislike him. Like, I remember one instance where there was a girl on the server, let's call her Angela. And Jack made a joke about Angela, saying that an extremely undesirable person would get her pregnant. And if you don't know, when you make a joke about a woman propagating undesirable seed, that, like, really gets at, like, the core of her existence and will really, like, make an enemy out of a woman pretty quickly. Now, I'm okay with these types of jokes, but Jack started accumulating enemies, especially amongst the women on the server, and this eventually culminated in the entire admin team demoting Jack. And this happened at my sister's direction, Soggy's. She was, like, running the server at this point because I was, like, a little overwhelmed with my personal life and job and things at the time. So I had her running it, and her and the admins demoted Jack. And oh, this was, like, such a, like, pain in the ass at the time because I didn't know what had happened. I had to do, like, a whole little investigation for, like, what happened and everything. And I eventually decided to re-admin Jack, which I think was a mistake because he still had these hostilities towards everyone else, and it just caused a bunch of problems down the line, as you'll see. But this was, like, a minor drama in the grand scheme of things. The next event that I'm going to talk about was a major event, and I think very much contributed to the server eventually getting taken down. We'll get back to Jack and Jill. They will become relevant near the end. But for now, we're going to be talking about an event on July 20th, 2025 that I am now calling the Purge. Okay, so for context, on my main channel, Troglodyte, I posted a short that day showcasing everything in the server, and I actually got a channel strike, my first channel strike, because of a very, very mild 9/11 joke that I made because someone had built the Twin Towers with a plane imminently about to hit them. And this caused YouTube to strike my channel for making light of a tragic event, which is stupid, but that's besides the point. Once this had happened, I went on Discord and started being extra edgy and venting and all that, and I actually got both of my Discord accounts banned. And right before that, because I was being a little bit paranoid, I had demoted some of the people in my life from the highest level of authority on the server to one below that. So at this point, with both my accounts getting temporary bans from Discord, the server was essentially with no administrators, and this pretty much caused all hell to break loose. And I did manage to get back into the server with my third account, and I probably could have stopped a lot of the stuff that happened, but I almost didn't feel like it because I was feeling so dejected about being struck down from YouTube and having my Discord accounts banned. I felt unwanted on the internet, so I wanted to kind of watch it burn a little bit, so I did. Another example of bad management from yours truly. But anyway, the Purge. During this Purge, it was the most chaotic thing I've ever seen on Discord. There were spam pings for everyone. There was bestiality. There was one video I distinctly remember of a man having relations with a snake. Like, just get that through your head for a second. He was having intercourse with a snake, the reptile with no arms, the danger noodle. You might be wondering, how is this possible? And you know what? You are blessed, because that means that you haven't seen it. I wish it ended there. There are like 3 other videos that are distinctly and permanently etched into my memory because I witnessed them on the night of July 20th during the Purge. There was a video of a guy, cutting his meat off with a circular saw, and anytime I see a circular saw now, I just cringe. My toes curl up. I can't stand the sight of it or the thought of it. I am thoroughly traumatized by some of these videos. And on the more mild side, there was a lot of like ebony corn, let's call it, which is shocking for my fan base. I didn't expect them to have such deep repositories of such content, but there you go. Lots of awful stuff was posted, and I think within 24 hours, like over 150 people had left the server, and frankly, I don't blame them. So we were channel strike, Discord accounts banned, the Purge happened. I was like totally in shambles after this. And the main takeaway from this, the Purge, and how it led to the eventual fall of the server, is when this happened, all of the like normal people that were on the server left. So who was left were those willing to put up with seeing videos of a man having intercourse with a snake or cutting his own meat off. And then with that smaller, crazier group, we proceeded into the final phase of the server. And the server lasted for 3 more weeks after this, but it was pretty much just a dead man walking at that point. The only people left were the really crazy ones, and there was so much drama boiling under the surface that I had just swept under the rug for so long. It was a ticking time bomb. But it all culminated, I don't know, maybe like a week before the end, when 2 of my mods, Jack, as I mentioned earlier, and Bulldog, another mod, had a bit of a fight in our general chat, and this resulted in the server splitting into 2 factions, and eventually me choosing one, and various revenge plots being executed. So one night, the aforementioned Jack decided to do a poll in general chat asking who was the most based moderator on the server. And for one reason or another, he ended up retracting the poll and then remaking it with different words. And this caused Bulldog to start bullying him relentlessly. Then all of Bulldog's faction, we'll call them the girlies because it was mostly girls, came in and started dunking on him too. And the big accusation against Jack that came out at this point that was of significance, and it was of, liking them young, if you will. Because he had been with a woman, Jill, who was for 10 years now, and she was only 25 years old. So the allegation is that there was some, at the very least, grooming that went on there. And I initially sided with Jack over Bulldog because Bulldog went a little too hard on him, a little too fast, in my opinion. But the next day, Jack called me, and he had like almost like a religious undertone to all of the stuff he was saying. And he rallied a group, we'll call them the church, against the girlies in like a sort of power play to get rid of them and leave only the church. And the big problem with this was there were a lot of people in the girlies factions that I really liked. I really liked them as people. And you know, if you want to say that they're, you know, not good for mod, it's whatever. But he was saying that they need to be got rid of entirely. That and just the religious seriousness of everything that he was saying. I'll show some screenshots on screen at this point just to show you what I was talking about with like the religious importance of this Discord server. Because to me, this was something that would just occur in the background. People would be stupid on Discord. It would be fun. The community, it would be community building. It would be an easygoing place. But no, it became like a religious thing for him. I think he almost had like some sort of like mental break at this point because some of the stuff he was typing was just off the deep end. And the girlies were a bunch of drama queens, but I called one of them and it was an easy choice. They were going to be the easier one to deal with going forward. So I ultimately got rid of the entire church faction and went with the girlies, and things calmed down for about 3 days after that. So after purging Jack and the church, things did quiet for a little bit, but like a few days later, I started getting word from the other people within the church. They had all betrayed him almost immediately and started sending me these screenshots of the things that he was saying. He had plotted a revenge to get my channel, the Troglodyte channel, struck down twice more to get 3 strikes and out. And also to out another server goer as a person who likes them young. And I don't know all the details of everything that happened, but about 3 days later, on August the 13th, a group of people came into the server and started posting things that cannot even be described on YouTube. They are so heinous. To the point where Discord Live deleted a voice chat channel while people were in it. Now, unfortunately, I don't have any evidence of specifically what happened, but shortly after Discord Live deleted the voice channel, they put a warning on the entire server saying that it was under review or something, or some sort of warning about inappropriate content. Let me tell you, brother, when that warning appeared, the people of the server scattered like roaches. Remember the Purge from earlier when there was just hundreds of gore posts and bestiality posts in one night? We lost like 150 people in a day from that. When this happened, we lost like 200 people in 5 fucking minutes. It was hitherto unseen how quickly the rats were jumping off of the sinking ship. People were like, my Discord account's gonna get banned if I'm associated with this server. Pussy, I have 7 accounts. Fuck you. Be a little bit more loyal than that. But anyway, the server sat in this under review state for like 12 hours, and then it got koshered. All Discord did was send me an email about it, and the email said that the server contained age-inappropriate content. Now, every channel on the server, including the one that got deleted by Discord Live for having the age-inappropriate content, was marked as 18 plus. So I don't understand what they meant by the age-inappropriate content unless they were saying the age of the people in the content was inappropriate. And based on some of the things I've heard around that voice chat that got deleted, it was just imagine the most vile type of content you can. I think I listed it in the thumbnail, and that was what was seen there. So that's why I think the server got deleted. But you know how Discord is with their dubious rule enforcement. Who knows what the real reason is. Now, what have I learned from all this? If people treat Discord like a religion, get them out of your server. Not only Jack, but some of the people I talked to around the VC that got deleted, they had like this religious allegiance to free speech or whatever. That's stupid. You're on Discord. Get out of here. Anyway, I've been rambling way too much. The bottom line is, the Trog Army Discord server is defunct due to age-inappropriate content. I have opened the Trog Army 2 Discord server, and you can apply to join that one below. We're slow-rolling invites to that one for obvious reasons. Anyway, this channel, the Tross channel, will be used for my non-gaming related content going forward, so subscribe if you think that would be funny. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. If you were involved with the Trog Army Discord server, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments, because this is obviously just my perspective. So if anyone that I mentioned in the video, with an alias of course, has some feelings, let them be known in the comments below. I would love to hear it. I would love to hear from Jack, Jill, Kevin, all of them. But anyway, I will see you guys next time.